I went on Instagram Live the other day for the first time. That was fun. Good chat. A lot more people turned up than I thought. I thought I was just going to be sat talking to myself. But no. So we got on to chatting about insurance mostly. Like the difference between younger / newer riders and older / more experienced riders. I say that because sometimes if you're just older, your insurance will be better than someone who has the same amount of biking experience but is younger. But I mean, it's very individual. But the general consensus is the younger you are, the more expensive it is. And I've seen some posts in the Facebook groups and that with when it's like someone's trying to insure, they're like 17, 18 and they're trying to insure their first bike and it's coming out at like $3,000 for a 125 and they're like, is this right? And unfortunately it is. that is how much people can pay for their first bike. Obviously it depends on location and whatnot. So there are a couple of barriers to entry really for younger riders, because you might save up all this money for a bike and then you can't even insure it. Some bikes you literally can't get a quote for, regardless of if it's in your license bracket or not. It's just not. No one will insure you. And the other half of the live was talking about like the A2 license and how you have to go and redo the tests in 2 years to get your A license instead of it automatically upgrading. And apparently there's something going through, or it's been proposed, but God knows how long that's going to take. I've sort of accepted the fact that I'll need to redo the tests in order to do my license, my A license. I highly doubt any new law is going to come into place before before my test dates, which is November next year. So yeah, part of the live, some people were like giving us their quotes and stuff, and it was some people were saying, oh, I pay, let's say 200 for XYZ or whatever bike it was, and my genuine question was, is that monthly or yearly? Because it could be either. For older riders, it's more likely to be yearly. For me, 200 a month is what I've been quoted for, maybe a Ninja 650. If I wanted to insure an R7 on an A2 license, obviously restricted, they want $7,000 for me. I mean, that was before I got a year's no claims. I've not actually tried quotes now. There's no point. I'm not taking insurance out on any other bike until next year. But yeah, it's some bikes are just literally going to be impossible. Not even because you can't afford the actual bike, but because you can't afford the insurance. So there is, off the top of my head, there's one thing you can do to help your insurance come down, other than obviously gain experience and no claims discount. But when you're first starting out, is not having a new bike, because the older the bike generally, the nicer the insurance. Hello, peeps. Oh, hello. But unfortunately, it's just horrendous most of the time. If you want a reliable first bike and you are unfortunate to be in like a 17, 18-year-old, it's even worse if you're male. Hello. I'm taking my brother for an example, who was paying $2,000 for his Honda 125 that wasn't new. I was meant to go down there. Oh well, I'll find somewhere else to turn around. Mine wasn't that bad for my first bike, my 125. It was like £50 a month, but I was older, my location was better, and the bike was Chinese. And to be honest, it wasn't. If I would have picked between the two 125s, I would have gone for the Honda. So you obviously pay for a bit of extra quality. So it's the unfortunate truth. Until something happens where insurance companies are sort of railed in with how much they can charge, I mean, you just gotta play around and see how low you can get your quote. That's why I recommend, before you get your bike, before you decide on the bike, find your insurance quotes for different ones and pick the best one. Like for your first bike, pick it based on, hello, nice, said ZR14. I hope there aren't any bugs on the lens. The good news is, once you start, same with car insurance, because car insurance is a nightmare for me until I start claiming no claims. Once you start claiming no claims, as long as you don't have to claim, you should help your insurance go down in the future. It's just really annoying when you see someone getting into biking and they're a couple of decades older than you, and they post going, oh, I've just got insurance for £200 for the year, is that expensive? And I'm like, I would dream of that insurance. Like, £200 a month is what is like an average for people of my age. Obviously depending on the bike, but it's, I mean, I can rant about this all day. And then the other thing was the licensing. First of all, I believe, I believe the theory test should be part, I know you do some theory in the CBT, but I believe there should be, like, the theory test should be part of the CBT, because, like, the fact that it's not is weird to me, you know? You need the theory test to pass your bike license and your car license, and it's because you need to be safe on the road, so why don't you do it when you're on your CBT? I don't understand. And secondly, an A2 license should automatically upgrade to an A after 2 years. Hello. The amount of bikers I've done it at that I've already seen once today, but we're just going back and forth on these roads. Hello. I'm sure I've seen you as well today. Yeah, here you are again. Hello. Hello. Nice. The thing is, I know the license tests, so the mod 1 and the mod 2 that I'll need to retake, they're not overly expensive, you know, like the mod 1's £15, the mod 2 is like, what, 70-ish? I think it depends on what day it's on. And in theory, you can take them without a school as long as you can get the correct insurance and the correct bike. The point is, we shouldn't have to. We've already been riding for 2 years. You don't have to retake a car test to upgrade your car. I know bikes are more dangerous, but you'd think after 2 years you know that. Oh, that is a proper nasty bug splat. Can you see that on my visor? I don't want to wipe it and make it worse. Ugh. The past couple of days it's not felt like summer, but today it does again. But warm enough or cold enough that I'm not baking in leathers. Warm enough that I don't need a hoodie on top of them, but yeah. The bugs are showing we're still clinging on to summer for a little bit, thankfully. I'm not ready for winter. That bug splat could not be more inconveniently placed. Right in my eye. I can't believe it's coming up to a year of riding. This time last year, I was practicing on some little private roads on my 125. In fact, I might have passed my CBT by this point. I can't remember. It was around that time. And not long after, I found Noxie. And then the journey for an A2 license started. Someone said that was quite quick. As in they were surprised, like, you know, some people wait quite a while after passing their CBT. Some people go straight from, like, you know, you do the direct access and go within a week from nothing to having a full license for whatever age bracket you're in. I think, to be honest, the main thing that spurred me on to doing my A2 license quickly, I mean, to me it's about like mid-range. I had a couple months on a 125 really. But the reason why I went on so quickly is because I didn't really enjoy my 125. It wasn't for me. And I think it's really important, obviously, to have a bike that is the right one for you. because otherwise you don't get along with it. I think I've said before, my 125 was more of like a cruiser bike because people told me to get a cruiser because I was short. And I quickly realised I didn't really like that sort of style. So, hence the sport bike. And I've just decided I'll just do whatever I need to do to my bike in the future to make it comfortable for me. Box black's really annoying. I'm in such a mood. Yeah, Mum. Off the roundabout. What else was I gonna say? This roundabout confuses me. I don't like coming from this direction. It like throws me off. I feel like I'm sat in the middle of it because I kind of am, really. So I mean, yeah. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I'm sure it's going to turn into a basically a feedback of what everyone's paying for what bike and what age. I mean, it's some of the older riders on the live. I can't remember the exact quote, but someone was like, "I'm absolutely shocked at what these youngsters are paying." And I do feel sorry for the 17, 18-year-olds just trying to get into biking, trying to get a bit of independence, and then like slapped with that insurance figure, and it's like, well, they just don't like us. Oh, and what should happen with the A2 and the A1, like the upgraded licensing thing? Because I think everyone's in agreement. Everyone I've talked to has said, yeah, no, it should be automatic. Like, you understand why there are tiered licenses, and I'm not saying that should necessarily go away, although I think the age bracket should come down. But why? Why should we have to continue to go back and do the same tests? Anyway, thanks for coming to watch my rant. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.